A certain Jew once came to Reb Shayale. He was suffering tremendously. He told the Rebbe of all his woes, and he said to the Rebbe that he had decided that he was going to commit suicide. Reb Shayale listened and he says, I agree. Sounds like you've had a really rough road. So let's talk it over. How were you thinking of doing it? I know you. You were thinking of going to that very, very tall building right in the middle of town and jumping off of that. And he said, yeah, that's the one. How did you know? He says, well, it's a great idea. Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, you see, the thing about that one, and the man listening says, what's the problem with that one? He says, the thing about that one is you come and you splatter onto the ground and you ball a gun with your body, and how do they clean up your body? And it's not very becoming. You're an honorable man, to go ahead and dishonor your body like that. It's not becoming of you. The man nodded. He says, maybe you're right, Rebbe. So he says, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you go to the bridge, that bridge in the town, and then you'll jump off the bridge into the water. He says, yeah, that's it, you know it, Rebbe. And he says, no, you know what, I just thought about it, and that's not good either. He says, why not, Rebbe, what's wrong with that one? He says, look, your body gonna go missing in the water. You want to have a proper burial. You do love your family wants to bury you nicely, wants to have your body to do a proper tara. It's not the best way, something wrong with it. So long story short, this goes on and on. Each time the Rebbe bringing a different idea, and each time him saying, but you know what, there's a problem with this. Finally, the Rebbe concludes, you know what, Reb Yid, come back in a week. By then, I'll have thought about it for a week. We'll have a solution to the problem. The Yid left content, and he did not come back a week later. The reason being is he decided that he no longer wanted to commit suicide. Why? What did Reb Shayale do that made him no longer want to commit suicide? You see, had Reb Shayale, as soon as he said he wanted to commit suicide, told him how wrong it was and everything like that, he would have just diminished, disregarded the pain and the suffering this man was going through. No, what he wanted was someone to really connect to, someone to feel what he was feeling, to really show that they cared, that they understood. By Reb Shayale showing him through his conversation with him that he understood, that it made sense, that he wasn't disregarding it, he wasn't just throwing it aside, but really he was embracing it, he was being a part of it. In that moment, that Yid realized there was someone that cared about him. Reb Shayale cared about him. And in that moment, as soon as he knew that someone cared about him, he no longer wanted his life to be taken. This is a lesson for all of us. When someone is in pain, feel their pain, be there with them in their pain. Do not disregard it, do not diminish it. That, at the end of the day, is what they want.